Kids with Guns, an altar boy story that's not about molest, and germs aren't real. Hey, welcome to N Brewz. I am, I guess, your weekly host. Well, we're all hosts. That's fine. That's fine.
We're all a host of the AIDS virus. You're a temp.
Well, AIDS is making a comeback, so in our city, so that's good. So, but yeah, no, my name's Braden. I'm still working on that last name. We got our boy over here,
Reed Clark. I shat 3 times today, and
I can't wait to see you on Flax. That's gonna be so good.
I'm dead.
It's gonna be so
but
good.
I'm here. I'm here.
Ladies.
And I'm Cody. I'm gonna talk about some shit. You're gonna hear about some shit. And it's gonna be some shit, man.
Tell me about eugenics, Cody.
Shit. Oh, I need a beer. Keep going.
Yeah, give me a beer too.
Yeah, give me a beer.
I need a beard wife.
Give Braden a beer. All right, Braden. Thanks for asking.
Get Daddy a beer.
Give me that tiny little baby Bud Light in there. Speaking of, next week, I didn't do it. That's not fucking Bud Light, you dickhead.
The champagne.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, what I really want is a Bud Light Lime, but I'm like, there's too many beers in my fridge as is. Some of this shit's gotta get...
You're one of those bi-curious boys, huh?
Why do you think I have a beard wife, you know?
What do we,
When you say a beard wife, do you mean like a wife with a beard, or do you mean like in the gay cover-up sense of
both
beard wife?
I mean, I think there's a lot of crossover when it comes to that. To be fair,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of crossing hairs,
Yeah,
it can get kind of hairy.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, I can't grow a beard, so
You really can't.
not really. No,
You're doing fine.
it's super spotty.
You gotta do what I did. I subscribed to that. It's the opposite of Dollar Shave Club.
You
It's
subscribe
called Dollar Beard Club. They send you a bunch of like vitamin E supplements and like oil. And it literally filled in right here to all our viewers.
I don't know if that shit works.
It did. I swear.
Are you sure you didn't just subscribe to Scruff?
Pulls off the label, like the fake label. Oh, Scruff.
Well, that's like a... I mean, I'm sure a lot of our listeners know what Scruff is.
I don't actually. I'm gonna talk on
Just in case.
It's just like the same thing as Grindr, but it's more for like hairy gay men.
Specifically? How popular is it?
I don't know. Go find out.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
I'll just take your word
I think
for
it's more for bears. Yeah, we're learning. I don't know. We can download it right now. That would make for good radio.
The world's just evolving, man. There's all kinds of dating sites. Farmers only.
Well, I think all of these have been around for a long. Like we've hit the pinnacle of dating sites.
I remember. I kept trying to think of the name of like the farmers only dating site. And I kept calling it Farmers Market, and then everyone's like, "The Farmers Market." I'm like, "Yeah, Farmers Market." Where the dating site like, farmers only. I was like, "No, Farmers Market."
It's where you gotta find the hose.
Honestly, I mean that's not wrong. That's probably the best place to pick up
the millennial hose.
To pick up anybody.
See, I had an idea for a dating website that I think is a great fucking idea in today's modern society. It's a dating website for people with STDs. Because think about this, alright, like, you got AIDS, but, like, you still want love, like,
Who doesn't?
Someone did you dirty back in the day.
Literally.
Yeah. It was, got a rough roads ahead, You need someone to spend the rest of your life with that you won't worry about giving AIDS. Someone else with AIDS. Where do you find them? AIDSmatchfinder.com.
Yeah, but do you have to like narrow the search? Like, oh, I've got, like type B, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we get like it could even be like herpes, like people with herpes finding other folks with herpes.
Well, everybody has herpes. Like a regular dating site is pretty much a dating site for herpes.
Oh my god, it was so funny. I was going to see a friend in the hospital.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's not funny. That sucks.
He has cancer.
But
Jesus Christ.
She I had not seen her in a long time. She was just catching me up on like all the BS that happened in her life the past like 10 years. And she was like talking about some ex-boyfriend and then like how it ended. But she was like, but nah, it's okay. I gave him chlamydia. And I was just like,
I mean, you can get rid of chlamydia.
Well, yeah, but it was just like it was just very off-putting. I was just like, Oh, okay.
That'll.
That'll show him. I was like,
Honestly, I
so
mean,
did you tell him? I'm like, she's like, no. I was like, oh. Yeah,
I'm sure she didn't need to. I'm sure he found out relatively quickly. That's kind of fun.
I feel like you're gonna cause that person some discomfort, but like, you really don't come out the winner on that one either.
I mean, if you already got it, you might as well, though. You know what I mean?
Share the load,
Jesus.
if you will.
You've been reading my emails again, haven't you?
No. Anyway, what are we toasting to?
We're toasting to AIDS research
And development.
May they like
Where does the money really go?
we're toasting to that mission in Grand Theft Auto where you had to like in the 80s where you had to stop Ronald Reagan from funding AIDS research. You remember that mission?
I don't.
Yeah. It was in the one that was in Miami.
Vice City?
Was that Vice City?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that was the 80s?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, because the Ferraris were like the ones
was the
with...
fucking 80s,
The
dude.
Ferraris were the ones that had like the little like... What do you call it? Like the black little gill marks, strike marks on the side.
Yeah.
Like the old school Ferrari.
Yeah.
It was literally inspired by Miami Vice.
That was a good
There's a
game.
little bit of Scarface in
That
there,
was
too.
Yeah, that too. Well, fuck.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Such a good game.
Tommy Vercetti, Sonny Forelli. It's just like the list.
Guy Fieri.
Oh,
Gonna take you bitches to Flavor Town.
Have you guys seen that video of him? He's on a stage, like Guy Fieri. He's like signing lean cuisines and just throwing them into the crowd.
what on
I
earth?
fucking
Oh
love that
my
guy
God.
so much.
What? Oh my god, what is that?
He has the best life ever. I swear to God.
I kind of just want to see the day where, like, gay Ferrari just breaks. Like,
What do you mean?
Comes out, if you will.
No, like, he just breaks and he's no longer a happy guy anymore. Like, it's just like the spirit is gone from him and he's just like...
It's like he realizes that he's the joke. I kind of
Well, this is
like Carrot Top, dude.
This is the driver's dines and drive-bys guy, right?
yeah,
Yeah, that's exactly.
that's
Right.
exactly what it
They
is.
they only come to Atlanta for the drive-bys. Like,
They go to a restaurant and shoot it up and leave.
yeah.
How was the food?
This place has great food, and I don't want competitors. Clack, clack, motherfucker.
Me and Rachel were deciding like where to eat on Friday, and we were like going to the city. We're like, all right. We pulled up this kind of chart of like local crimes of like what's the worst areas in Atlanta. And it's just like super red. Okay, so let's go to a different restaurant. I love Atlanta so much, dude.
Anyway, who wants to go first? First story. Great, I'll go.
Yeah.
Right. 2 altar boys were arrested for putting weed in the sensor burner. What started as a joke ended with the future of 2 altar boys from Spain. They were detained overnight after having surprised them
I'm sure they
putting
were.
weed in the sensor burner
Who-
of the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela.
Who detained them exactly? There's
Oh yeah.
'cause we gave that headline, but maybe they didn't
Following
get
the
extra.
mass, these altar boys. God, this page keeps skipping down. Following the mass, these altar boys were arrested by police after confirming that the strange smell was correspond to marijuana.
Wait, so cops came?
Yeah, cops came.
Is it really a strange smell if you know exactly what it is?
Well, I mean, cops knew it. I don't know.
Fucking
It's
stoners.
it's getting blazed in Spain like a big
And
thing.
they like didn't even get in trouble. They were let go.
Why would they?
I don't
They
think
they just can't be altar boys anymore.
Oh, what a fucking crime! Saving them. They're probably trying to desperately not be altar boys
I'm
anymore.
like, how do we get kicked out?
I've been getting molested for months and it hasn't worked. But like, I keep showing this old guy my cock and he still won't kick me out of. Oh, I got an idea. Yeah, that's probably how that works out.
We'll show them.
I raped the police. I raped the priest and he just enjoyed it. What the fuck's wrong with this place?
That sounds like a Lamb of God album name.
Rape the priest.
Rape the Priest. Yeah.
Like it's a Burn the Priest cover band. There you go.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't that was?
That's pretty Lamb of God, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
The more you know.
You know, when I was like
Da, na,
12
na, na,
and our
na,
guitar
na.
teacher introduced me to that, and I'm like, wow, I shouldn't be listening to this. Hell yeah.
Oh, man.
Cool, yeah.
Anyway,
You know,
Shout outs to David. All right.
Right,
Yeah.
guitar teachers are like, like cool older brothers, like.
Yeah. They didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, they're going to show you, like, like all the dirty songs and stuff, like, teach you how to be metal.
They show you "Dirty Little Secret" by All American Rejects, and you're just like, all right, it's been great, thanks.
They'll help you be cool, but they're always going to show you that they're cooler than you.
Yeah, pretty
They're
much.
just gonna outshred
You gotta love that face he made in that picture at our concert, where he's just like in the background.
But then you get older and you're like, eh. Yeah, no, I understand.
Anyway, pretty dense story, but it was
Yeah, very dense.
It was a banger.
It was a banker.
It was a banker. Anyway.
He always wanted to be a banker.
That's all I can think of too.
Mama
Fucking
didn't raise
Seinfeld.
no fool.
Mama didn't raise no banker.
Dude. Alright, who's next?
Spanker.
That just sounds like an angry, like, German song.
A spank banker?
Mama didn't raise no banker.
It was a Mailing song. I was trying to bring it back.
That's classic.
They're never coming back.
No. I saw them play at the back in the back of a liquor store a few years ago. And I'm like, man, this is
Mostly more than a few years ago. Because
2013, 2014.
I mean, they were playing big time, man. They were playing the 7 venue.
Come on, man.
It was pretty bad.
And Brain had a stroke.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, it runs in my family. Oh, Jesus Christ. Bud Light. If it was a Bud Light Lime, I would have been doing, like, I would have liked that,
Alright, what do you got, Braden?
Okay.
What you got, son? What you got?
TV host Pete Hegseth. Germs aren't real, so I haven't washed my hands in a decade.
Oh!
Have you heard about this shit?
No. Who is this?
He's a Fox News host. But he told,
Just like global warming.
yeah,
Germs
more or
aren't real.
less. On the right-wing channel's breakfast show, Fox and Friends Pete Hegseth claimed germs don't exist because they can't be seen by the naked eye. The presenter said he's improved his health since he stopped washing his hands because it is a way of inoculating.
I bet he thinks the earth is flat, too.
Oh,
We like
So,
them.
What does he do? Like, what about the shower? Does he wash them in the shower at least? Does he put soap in his hands and rub it on his body and then rinse it off under the water? Because at least then you're getting one a day.
Well, he says he doesn't wash them because he's inoculating himself, which doesn't that just prove that he does believe in germs?
Yeah, I mean...
Because how would you, like, get yourself resilient to germs if
And you can be resilient to germs, still wash your hands, just don't use antibacterial soap.
Look at Magic Johnson. He never uses antibacterial soap. He doesn't need to.
Sheesh.
Fucking talk about an immune system, man.
Oh, I mean, he's fucking doing fine. Like,
What? Did y'all ever watch that movie, How to Be Single?
no, I just lived it for, like, 20 years.
There's like a scene where like he basically, there's this bartender who like basically just bangs a bunch of different chicks who are like lonely and stuff, and he has like he basically makes his apartment like unlivable to force the chicks to leave in the morning. Like he's like the objective is to get him to leave in the morning. There's no way he cut off all the water pipes so there's no like drinkable water. And
But
he has no cups. He has
he just has to live like that.
He has no food, and like he has water and like beer in like a little fridge. But then the chick who had sex with him before, she's like, "Oh wait, don't you wash your hands?" It's like, "What am I, a surgeon?" It's just like,
wouldn't it be easier just to get an Airbnb, put up a few pictures of yourself around the place, and then just like leave in the morning?
I don't know. It's the movie industry, man. They just do what they want.
That sounds like an Always Sunny episode. Seriously.
It's like, like take down like the pictures of like the owner of the Airbnb, like you just put up like a few.
That
of
is
your
like a 90s movie.
Yeah, just put up a few of your own and be like, yeah, that's my place, and like in the morning, just like, like grab like your duffel bag and like put the pictures back in it and just bounce.
Everybody has a duffel bag on them at all times.
And then she's like, all right, like you can stay here while I'm going to work. She's like, oh really? That's nice. And then like the fucking owners come back. It's just some whore in her
Oh,
house.
that'd be great. That would be great.
Wait, so you're gonna like lock the door and then give them back their key and then
Let's leave it unlocked.
and don't slut shame Cody. Jeez. Also,
But
did you watch this movie recently? Are you going through a bad time right now?
No, I've watched it a couple times. It's really funny. It's got the chick from what's that?
Reed doesn't know how to be single. He's like, so how do you do it?
How do you do
It's
this?
got that movie from it's got that chick from Pitch Perfect in it. The kind of obese, hilarious British chick.
She's not obese.
She's-
Rebel Wilson.
She's not really hilarious either.
No.
I don't know. It's sometimes there's those people. Who,
I like how I tried to defend her, and then you just took her like
No,
the
it's-
front
well,
positive
no,
comment.
it's not even like her humor is good. It's like she has one of those British voices where it's like everything she says is just like she sounds stupid.
Yeah. I just like accents.
I don't like her at all.
I feel like there's no movie that she's in that you would like in general. So there's no way.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like the demographic of like humor she's trying to reach is just not my.
Oh
not my bag.
well, she also I think she was on fucking Ellen. I saw some like headline about this. She was going like skiing for the first time and couldn't go, like she was just too scared to go down the hill, so she had to get like medically like taken down by the snowmobile, and that fucking drives me insane. There's not much to skiing. Okay, Arnold almost killed himself, but there's not much. It's fine.
Just pizza when you want to slow down, hot dog when you
Pizza,
wanna go
yeah.
fast,
Just watch that South Park episode. Honestly, it teaches you enough to get down a mountain.
If you hot dog or trying to pizza, you're gonna have a bad time, you know.
God, that show had no right being so good. Although they did.
But all the same, it did.
Although, like, my opinions on if Michael Jackson are guilty or not have swayed different, like, strongly. So now I feel weird about the Michael Jackson episode.
I feel like we strayed so far from the story.
We definitely did.
What happened again?
Well, Michael Jackson, he didn't do it right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Does it really matter at this point?
I mean, kind of.
To the families.
I still listen to Michael Jackson sometimes. I mean, mainly like Weird Al cover, but you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like MJ.
I mean, some of his songs are catchy, like fucking goddamn, what's the one he did with fucking Van Halen?
Oh,
Beat It,
yeah,
Skeet It.
yeah. Eat It, which was Weird Al's version.
Don't ask any questions, just eat it.
Jesus.
I know it tastes funky. I know it looks white. It doesn't matter. Or I know it's not pancake batter.
What
It'll be
the
alright.
fuck?
Just skeet it.
Didn't Van Halen like not charge him at anything for doing that?
He didn't charge him much.
Like he pretty much charged nothing for it being like a huge hit.
Did he get like royalties out of it?
I'm sure like some, but like compared to how much the song was worth, fucking
sure.
nothing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's Van Halen, so it's not like he was doing bad.
Right. Anyway, so what was the conclusion of this story again?
What the fuck was this story?
Yeah.
Can you tell the fucking
Something about
story?
something about nope. Something
Oh
about,
no, probably not. It's the dude that doesn't like to wash his hands. But when he was saying this on air, his co-host Jedediah, not Jebediah, Bill revealed the hell Seth had been
Is it
eating.
Jedediah? Is it
Jedediah.
Okay, you're saying it all like
It's just Jebediah
you're
with,
saying it
with
very
the D.
Tourette's like.
It's fucking weird name.
Actually, like, if we could, I wish we could just play that back because I think you just mumbled for like fucking 30 seconds straight there. You just made syllable sounds.
Jedediah. No?
You're good. Keep going.
I don't
It's
fucking
fine, it's
know.
fine.
Dude, it's fine. It's is that what race is that? Jedediah?
What race is that name?
Yeah, Jedediah.
Probably fucking
Bila?
white or Israeli in there.
Is- Israeli.
Sounds Amish as hell.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like it, but apparently our boy was eating like day old pizza, and in his defense said Pizza Hut lasts for a long time.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh no!
He knows.
Oh,
Is that when you got food poisoning?
Yes.
From the I thought that was buffalo chicken.
No, it's the last thing he ate.
No, it was fucking Pizza Hut pizza, pepperoni pizza that had been sitting out for about 8 hours.
Nice. That's not even that long. What the fuck?
It might have been longer. It might have been the fucking Doritos Locos Tacos that had been sitting out for like 2 hours. Either way, I had a bad time afterwards.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah.
I was there.
That sounds pretty bad. Actually, to reference the chick that I talked about last week, the Minnesota chick, She'll resurface like periodically. But first time I met her, she burst into my dorm room because apparently she was like there was a party there the weekend before, but I was out of town, and she went into the kitchen and got this Little Caesars box that had been sitting there since like got days before. It's just been sitting out. It wasn't in the fridge. She fucking starts like slicing. She like grabs a piece and immediately starts, and I'm like, wow, man. This is... Never mind. you can see where I'm going there.
How'd that end?
I don't
I
remember.
don't know.
Yeah, she left.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she left all right.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
I'm sure she's doing fine.
She left her body because she shit it all out.
She
shit herself out of herself.
During.
I'm just imagining somebody like doing like the magic ribbon thing, but it's just their intestine and they're pulling it out of their own ass.
God. Gross. It's not only is it old ass pizza, it's like the lowest tier, like cardboard box tasting pizza.
Yeah, it was pretty gross. I asked like
I feel like there's less like, you know, it would go bad slower than good pizza though. So there's a lot of preservatives. There's like it's mostly just bread. It's kind of like a loaf of bread. It lasts for about a week, anyways.
I guess that's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, what happened to you then, motherfucker? Are you claiming that Pizza Hut is far superior to?
No.
No.
Makes me hungry. Thinking about Cody throwing up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, and I will defend Little Caesars a little bit. Their deep dish shit.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking
Those are good. Me and my buddy got that one night, and it was. You can't. It's not. I feel like deep dish is always a safety. It's always, I mean, like Pizza Hut's deep dish is sick. I haven't had Domino's. I did thin crust at Domino's.
Have you seen that like controversy right now with the Chuck E. Cheese's pizza?
That place still exists?
Yeah, there's like sporadically. The one in Fayetteville doesn't. But
oh, that's the one next to Guitar Center.
No, that was Monkey Joe's.
No, there was a Chuck E. Cheese way
Yeah, there's one like down the street from it.
No, is it still there?
The one right next to Guitar Center is Monkey Joe's.
Is Chuck E. Cheese still there?
I think it is.
Seriously, that was like
the sign's still there.
I saw it on the way. No way I went to. I saw it on the way over there.
My that's like the first thing me and my stepdad did together when I moved here. It was like a bonding experience, just me, my 12-year-old self, and him at Chuck E. Cheese. It was really weird.
Doesn't know you at all.
It was really weird. But I mean, I like Chuck E. Cheese. But no. Apparently they like just recreate the pizzas. I don't think it's a big fucking deal.
What do you mean they recreate?
They just like they'll take you ate like 8 slices and there's like 4 more, and they just bring that back and then like make like shove that with like another 8 slices and then reheat it and send that out.
It's
with like
fucking gross.
It's.
I mean,
why not just wait till you're done with the?
Does it go? Is it stayed like with the same people? Like if
no.
Oh, it's like that. All right, that's gross.
Hypothetically, no.
No, go.
If they were just combining,
rewind.
It's like
rewind. So you're saying there's 4 slices left. The original party does not eat them. They just like say, okay, we're done with this.
Yeah,
and they recycle them and put them in.
Supposedly, yeah. I mean, you don't know. Like,
they're just a bunch of fucking kids. Just feed them some shit. Get them out the door. Get the money first.
I mean, if you're going to, if you're a kid and you're going to Chuck E. Cheese, you're not paying attention to that shit. If you're a parent going to Chuck E. Cheese, you're begging to have some time where you don't have to pay attention. So you're not paying attention. Nobody's fucking paying attention to Chuck E. Cheese. Are you kidding me? Nobody watches their kids at Chuck E. Cheese except for some pedophile, and they're not his kids. But
not yet.
Because buddy.
I mean, like, you know, like a Chuck E. Cheese for pedophiles is like
every Chuck E. Cheese is for pedophiles.
That'd be like like a heroin store for like, you know, it's just like, all right, no addicts allowed. We don't want any scumbags in here. It's like
a heroin store, wonderfully. That's beautiful.
We don't want any scumbags in here.
Wonderful
it's just like
imagery.
Music gonna attract heroin addicts. I mean, come on.
What if Chuck E. Cheese starts like catering to the pedophiles to like bring their money in more? So they're like they have like
they sell beer. Isn't that close?
Well, that's true. That's for
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have like. Like those wind tunnels that
Oh,
blow your
it's like-
shirt up for the
Oh,
Oh my god. Honestly, all Chuck E. Cheese's need to be shut down, but that's neither here nor there. What do you got for us?
yeah. What do you got for us?
Stoners find a tiger in a house.
Oh,
So many stoner stories today.
You know, it's high times. You know, it's high times. these
High
days.
tide, brah.
But alright, so
God damn it.
in Houston, Texas,
Good start.
it's a great start.
Texas.
A few kids, you know, like college kids, doesn't really say their age, but a few kids were looking for a place to smoke weed, and there's a sick dick abandoned house down the street, man. Let's just go smoke in there.
Naturally.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it.
Why do you need to break in? Just smoke, dude. What the fuck is that?
It's Houston. I think it's still like a felony there, right?
I mean, I'm sure, yeah.
I would fucking like breaking and entering is probably less of a crime than smoking weed in Texas.
In his Lord Joel Osteen city, of course, smoking weed is a fucking felony.
Oh my god.
Terrible place.
Terrible person.
But alright, so they go up inside this house, and there's a goddamn tiger inside a cage.
Holy crap.
And like not like the house had been abandoned, but like I guess recently, because the tiger was like pretty well fed. It was a 350-pound tiger.
I don't know how big. Like that doesn't sound too big for a tiger.
They said it was like they described it as being well fed. So it was
I saw pictures of it.
So it was probably
It's pretty chunk.
it was probably a big ass tiger. Yeah.
A chunky tiger. It sounds not intimidating.
And so they called dispatch, and dispatch, of course, thought like prank phone call. We're gonna have to send some cops out there just to beat up some kids making prank phone calls. And it was like, I'm not lying. I swear to God, there's a tiger out here. So animal control.
I
and
love
the
how
cops
they
get out
say
there.
that they broke into the house because, like, were they gone by the time the cops got there? They had to be, or they're the worst. They deserve to go to fucking prison.
I was just changing my story up and be like, I was like walking down the street and I heard
A giant roar from this house.
I heard the distinct sounds of the roar of a Bengal tiger.
You should come check it out.
It's I was like, that's odd for Houston. That's not a sound you hear in Houston. Surprisingly, it's just gunshots in Spanish. You know,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, I mean you're not wrong.
So
And
No-
shitty
No me
lowriders
gusta,
scraping the
no me
ground.
gusta el tigre.
so fucking
And you hear a lot of well, and you know it's the standard Houston.
Houston sounds. And so animal rescue workers who were probably way undertrained for it, they probably had to call back up for that.
Can you imagine being like a dog catcher and getting called in with your tiny little net?
And they said, like, so they get there and they find it, and it's in a cage that's like inside a cage they described as being easily opened.
Good.
It's a very loose fitting cage.
So it's probably like a normal like metal like fence, right? This is what I'm envisioning.
Yeah, I would imagine like probably a chain link fence or
Yeah.
something at the most inside the house, and even then, like you've been to a chain link fence, like where the door opens, you just push it. It'll
Yeah,
fucking
my
slide
uncle
right-
used to lock me in a chain link fence when I was a kid all the time.
Why?
Because it was Louisiana. Those were Louisiana games.
Was there a chicken in there too? Just to like scare you or something? Or are you just locked in the cage?
Well, there was a chicken, but it wasn't like a real chicken.
Hey now, get in that cage, boy.
Get that?
Get in that cage.
They would just throw me in a cage with a tiny gator. Yeah, that's like Louisiana version of that one Russian MMA fighter. But way more dangerous.
But
Oh my gosh.
yeah, this is a 350-pound tiger in a very easily open cage. They did get it moved to an animal sanctuary in Texas, which I just imagine is just like the pen in front of a slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
It's like you're safe here for now.
Yeah, I can't be too good.
And they nicknamed it Tyson after the movie.
Not after Mike Tyson,
Well,
the man who owned...
Well, they
The
named it after
fucking-
Tyson from the name of the Tyson's tiger in The Hangover.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Did he have a tiger in real life though?
Yeah.
it's Probably
I'm
his
sure.
tiger used for the movie.
Are you fucking kidding me? That motherfucker blew through so much money. I'm sure he had a tiger at one point.
Never mind, not important.
No,
Is he what?
I was asking. He did a lot of drugs, didn't he?
Oh man, Mike Tyson was like, yeah.
No, there's
I love Mike Tyson though.
there's like some like I think it's like comedian or someone like someone that was like friends with Mike Tyson like went over to his house and was talking about like they were all about to get out of the car and everyone in the car was like, no, don't open the door. He's like, why? He's like, there's a fucking tiger on his yard. Yeah, but he's out there like, you know, like, oh, he's just a fraidy cat.
I love Mike Tyson.
Just petting it, like pushing it around, playing with it and shit. And everyone's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I can't deal.
Yeah, that sounds about right, dude.
But yeah, how this tiger got there, they have no idea. They have some ideas. They asked like the owners of the property, but the owners of the property were like, what do you mean there was a tiger in my fucking house? Like, I guess they're renting it out.
Yeah, that doesn't sound legit at all. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Well, do we have paperwork of them like renting this out?
They have some leads, but they're gonna find out more.
Yeah, honestly,
To be continued.
I mean, what I wonder what they were feeding it. It probably just wasn't getting enough exercise in that tiny cage.
Shit, the house probably wasn't abandoned.
Were there like things?
It was probably just devoured.
They're probably DED dead.
No, they didn't say there were any bloodstains or anything, so the tiger cleaned up its job.
Yeah, he's a professional, man.
He's done this before. He knows how to kill and get away with it.
You say he's a Belgian tiger?
I would be the
He's
worst.
just a tiger.
I'm like, he's from Belgium. He's a tiger from Belgium.
Oh yeah, the historic Belgian tiger
Population like 3.
hopping out of a canal near you.
Do they have canals?
Yeah,
Fleeing.
there's a shit ton of canals in Holland.
I don't know. Holland is not the same.
Oh, it's the Netherlands.
They're all the same.
Did Belgium get taken over by the Nazis in World War II?
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. I'm sure it happened.
The Nazis.
There's a bunch of
The
trenches
Nazis
there.
negotiated with the Belgium tigers.
They should have just released their tigers. There are 3 tigers on the Nazis, dude. Honestly, I would never be able to like just immediately eradicate my presence from a place. Because if they were looking for my blood, they just gotta look in the toilet. But yeah, fun
Is there
stuff.
any DNA in the apartment? The apartment's spotless, except the toilet. It's a gold bug.
I don't know. That couch, very questionable.
Yeah, that's poop. All right,
Yeah.
with blood on it.
Either this boy's been eating a lot of red bell peppers or something's wrong.
What was the Houston noises again? Like, hey, well, spitting the blood out. They just taste it.
If we make a soundboard, that has to be
One day.
Cody, you got a sponsor for us.
Oh man, this is big news, guys. You know, like we're coming up in the world. We're an up and coming podcast. Like we're making our way about town. You know,
I think we're like on our.
We're making our way about town. It's a cover song of the crappier song. Making our way about town, and instead of like the piano playing the lead, it's like an oboe or something.
Or it's a piano crafter's piano, so it's just completely broken and horrible.
Yeah, it's out of tune.
You play the guitars that are all tuned to different tunings. It's like
What's the little thing that goes over that keeps the that keeps the piano level?
What do you mean that keeps the piano level?
The thing you were talking about before, like it keeps it like not. Were you talking about that last time?
Oh no! Like the pedals, if they're too low, they can make the piano unlevel.
Yeah, so
pivots.
it's that video, but the pedals are just way too low, so the piano is just like just dragging on both sides.
On the moving truck, it's just like. Anyway, back to basics.
Where's my beer?
I'm old. I need my sustenance.
We're all dying, dude. This 60-degree weather. Can't handle it.
It's hard on the lung, man. All right.
The lung, you only got one left.
You got one left, man. Don't mess it up.
I just got one. All right, so big. You know, this is big. You know, we're making our making our way around the world.
We're making
you
our
know?
network TV debut.
Yeah, all right, so this is our first international sponsor coming to us all the way from Africa.
Okay.
It's NigerianPrinceFinder.com.
Sick.
They're a charity organization. And it helps, like you don't.
Is it like a reverse charity organization?
Well, kind of. You donate to them first,
Yeah.
just a little bit to help them in their situation over there. Just to pay for international banking rates and whatnot. It's hard times over there.
Yeah.
Taxes,
Yeah.
Trump, whatnot. Tariffs.
He's taxing and tariffing fucking Africa.
It's a shithole. Might as well. But sorry, Africa. But yeah. It's you donate a little bit of money to them. It helps them out in their situation, and then once they can get access to their vast wealth, their Nigerian prince wealth.
Mm-hmm.
It's good wealth,
I've seen Beast of Moo Nation.
Yeah. You've seen Blood Diamond.
I've seen.
Some
Yeah,
money
I told you I saw Blood Diamond in freshman year.
Yeah, there's
class.
There's money over there, So as soon as they get access to their funds, they will pay you $1 million.
That's such a
yes. You donate just a measly $2,000.
Yeah. I think that's a safe investment.
It's a very safe. I mean, it's better than investing in like fucking tech stocks.
Yeah.
It's better than investing in bonds.
It's better than investing
government.
like the World Trade Center. Safer investment at least.
Where were you?
Oh, man.
But yes. NigerianPrinceFinder.com.
I dig it.
Yes. Thank you.
I'm just thinking, why don't we just start investing in, African, I guess, rebellion, resistance groups and stuff? I mean, I feel like that's, your money goes, your buck goes further, you know what I mean?
What are they resisting against?
They're always doing something over there.
They're always cooking something up.
He's a cooking
He's
something
cooking
up.
something up.
I fought the rebels. My father fought the rebels. My grandfather fought the rebels. This is what we do over here. We fight rebels.
And the other side saying the exact same thing. Nobody knows who the fucking the rebels are. Yeah. I really wish I understood what was going on over there because it's not great, but...
It's like it's not as bad. It's just like their football team. It's just armed conflict,
They have football?
Well, they have armed conflict. You get like a team of 20 guys against a team of 20 guys. You have some armed conflict. One of them's the winner. Who goes to the Super Bowl?
Tom Brady still manages to squeak out the win.
They don't know that. They thought the fucking
What the Bengals? Didn't they think no.
the Rams?
No, the Bills. They thought the fucking
Talking about from the last Super Bowl?
No, for decades.
Oh.
All Africa thought I don't know. But
The losing
majority
team
of
in
Africa
Super Bowl.
thought that the Buffalo Bills were just dominant as fuck.
Ha
But they were just getting all their merch because they could never actually sell it out because they're fucking terrible.
Me and my family are the
Classic.
one people who bought Buffalo Bills gear because we're mom's from Buffalo.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is she really?
Yeah.
How's the food up there?
It's good.
I could see your mom doing making my way
The,
down.
the original Buffalo wing, man.
Yeah. How's the Niagara up there?
It's Niagara. It's wet.
I thought Niagara Falls was on the other side of the country.
No, you can see it from both sides. You can see it from Canada and New York.
It's just fucking long as shit.
Wait.
It's like a fucking waterfall that just... It's our natural border wall with Canada. It's like a 3,000 mile waterfall.
Wait. What do you mean you thought it was on the other side of the country?
It was over there between Alaska and Canada. I
Why?
don't know. I didn't know what border was on.
Have you
Anyway,
never seen Bruce Almighty?
Yeah.
He was in Buffalo. He went to Niagara Falls in a day and back.
I forgot he was in New York. Yeah. Oh.
anyway.
Back to you, fuckers.
I just thought he was an international newsman, just all over the map.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles. All right, I guess I'll go to my story now. Good sponsor, Cody.
Yeah.
It's good. We appreciate your support. NPF, right? NPF, Nigerian Prince Finder.
Nice pearly
Yeah.
fuck stick.
It's a new perm, Francine.
Alright, what do you got for us,
Anyways,
dude?
grandma fights off attackers in clown masks with child scooter.
What?
There's a lot going on there.
Aretha Cardinal used the scooter to strike one attacker and break the window of the escape vehicle.
That's such a good old lady name.
Aretha Cardinal?
Urethra.
Aretha Cardinal. Aretha Cardinal.
I'm sure they call her Urethra Cardinal after she like kicked their fucking asses.
Texas City, Texas. Police say
Texas is so stupid.
Police say a Texas woman used her granddaughter's scooter to defend herself against a pair of machete-wielding men wearing clown masks who attempted to rob the woman and her husband. So the husband didn't even like step up; it was just the wife.
I'm not gonna lie, machete be damned. It's not gonna stop a fucking razor scooter to the ankles, man. Like, there's nothing stopping that. You might as well just fucking run.
I feel like the machete is very much over hyped. Especially in like horror movies, like this fucking machete, dude. Have you used a machete cutting down shit in the woods? That shit barely fucking works.
You gotta hack a couple times.
It sucks. So
It's gonna stop at the first bone. Your organs are protected. You'll be fine.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Just don't get hacked twice.
Right. It's
Yeah.
done.
Jesus.
I'm pretty sure they tried machete in like you remember that show where they would always like fight the big rubber men.
What?
Not Deadliest Warrior. Deadliest Warrior?
Oh, they're talking about like the.
They would pretty much compare like two groups of like warriors from history and like do a simulation where they fight.
The really stupid show.
Yeah, I love that show. it was stupid.
It was interesting, but it was just like this is.
The simulation was just like, yeah, this isn't fucking legit at all.
Yeah.
It's much more legit when I like play Clash of Clans, because back then they always needed those gems. It's historically accurate.
Those fucking gems, man. We're gonna get at least $20 for gems.
That's why the Irish got they're just broken now. They don't have any gems. They're broken people.
Oh.
Wait.
Okay. Anyway, that was pretty much. It's a pretty short story. I'm sorry, but that's pretty much what happened.
No, that's good.
And went to jail on aggravated robbery charges.
What, did they have to go to the hospital or anything? Or they was like, we're getting the fuck out of here, and then they got caught?
They didn't care to mention that.
I'm just imagining this grandma.
I guess the husband had a machete to his throat, so
he wasn't talking to the press.
so he wasn't the dude defending himself.
Yeah, honestly, fuck that guy. What a bitch.
Yeah.
Grandma has to save the day. What a fucking asshole.
I mean, machetes are not so sharp that you couldn't just grab it with your hand and be like.
I don't know if I would.
I wouldn't risk it.
It's hard to make your brain be like, all right, I need to catch this machete blade coming at me.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, my grandpa was missing a thumb. I figure keep the family tradition alive.
Right.
But I mean, his was just having his hand out the window and hitting a mailbox.
Oh, like a whole thumb gone?
From the knuckle up.
Oh,
Grandpa, did you lose your hand in Nam?
Nah.
Did you ever stick your hand outside the school bus window? Oh God.
He's like what's the guy from Jaws, the
Quint.
Yeah, Quint.
Yeah, the older like boat captain or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, man put his hand outside the school bus.
If you
Stop
put your
signs
head
outside the school bus.
There's his thumb. He doesn't put his hand outside the school bus again.
Kid pisses in a water bottle while on main road.
What about when we smoke screen the whole fucking street because someone threw a workbook out when they threw a workbook out the hood the roof vent, so when it
Oh my god!
so all the pages were ripped out, so when it hit the air when it came out the back of the bus, it just scattered and just fucking covered the entire.
You guys
road.
did that?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we did.
Wow.
Paper all over Raymond Hill for a month.
I'm sure they killed so many animals.
Did the bus driver didn't see any of it?
Mr. Brown, are you fucking kidding
I
me?
didn't give a fuck, man. He's looking forward, man. He was just he wasn't looking back.
He was an old soul, dude. He was just charging blindly forward. Jesus Christ.
As you do.
Yeah, we had.
There's more fucking paper on this street than in Sarah's yard.
Yeah, I knew that was about to come up. Goddamn.
Anyway, does someone else have a story?
Yeah, I have a story.
Here comes your funny comment.
It's a humdinger, alright.
Yeah.
It's a Heimdinger, alright.
Sarah's dad tried to fight me when I was like 16 because I threw a binder at his.
Yeah, I know. I was there.
I know.
I remember.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that was an interesting that was the first day of summer. What
Classic end of school thing. Just throw your books out the window in someone's yard.
Yeah, I didn't think about the fact that my name were on all those papers, so he immediately tracked it down.
Now, was that the same end of school year where you had a black eye?
Yeah, I just fought Forrest an hour before. Yeah.
Those fun times.
Yeah, that was a good fucking start of the summer, dude.
Anyway,
I was like, yeah, I should have just been like, you see this fucking shit? I got nothing else to lose. And just fought her dad.
You're just another dad that's gonna beat me.
Oh my god.
ooh,
What?
right in the kisser.
It's not hitting too close to home.
Woof. God damn, dude. That was a good summer. And then we played a set in Cody's basement.
Right?
Yeah.
Good set.
It wasn't a good
It was
set.
a fine set.
Okay, so yeah, and this story doesn't have much to it, but man clings to windshield wiper for free tram ride. And it's exactly what it sounds like. A traveler on British Road captured a video of a man hitching a free tram ride by clinging to the windshield wipers at the rear of the vehicle.
No one talks about those subtle loopholes in the system.
That's not
those unsung heroes.
Trains are not great.
It's a tram. It's only going like 10 miles per hour.
I don't know. I mean, if it was in Japan, then that guy would be
Dead.
the heaviest. There's no way he could hold on because his balls were so fucking heavy.
He's not holding himself up. He's holding himself on.
And eventually they just kick him off because it's one of those segregated train cars that they have in Japan where men and women are separate. Because of all the groping. Yeah, that's fun.
Well, if they gave people just enough space to where you could see it on a cell phone camera, like in Manhattan subways, it'd solve itself.
I don't know.
Street justice.
Have you been in New York subways? It gets pretty fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it does.
So
they're pretty awful. There's some characters.
I remember as a kid walking through the streets in New York, and my dad covered my ears because Westboro Baptist was there, screaming in the streets. And now I'm just man, I feel like I missed out on that experience. Especially since Fred Phelps is dead now. Damn, dude.
Who?
The patriarch of that whole thing.
Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps.
Jehovah's Witness.
Michael Phelps' dad.
Michael Phelps' dad.
He kept it under wraps, but his dad's a big hate monger.
You'll never be a swimmer, Michael. Daddy, shut up.
He's over here swimming for the country, and his dad is picketing soldiers' funerals. Jesus
I was
Christ!
like, "Fuck you, Dad! I'm gonna go win gold medals in the Olympics, smoke weed, and make America proud." You fucking.
I forgot
bastard.
about the smoking weed. That was so fucking stupid. I remember my mom talking about. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Jesus Christ! Nobody talks about that shit anymore. Nobody gives a fuck. That was the stupidest controversy.
That's how news works.
Hmm?
That's how news works. Oh, it's the worst thing in the world. And it's 2 weeks later, everyone forgot about it.
My mom was like, "Can you believe he did that?" I'm like, yeah, awkward young white dude that listens to nothing but rap and is trying to find his identity, smokes weed. Yes, very shocking. Who probably had no childhood because he was just training
Yeah,
constantly.
and he's America's gold medal boy.
Oh, for sure. There was that time where he fucked some trans chick on Tinder, and then she told him afterwards that she was trans, and he just never messaged her again. So that was kind of interesting. Cody's about to say something so controversial.
I'm just saying, like, you know, like, I know, like, you just want to find love and whatnot if you're transgender, but, like, don't fool someone with that. Just be upfront.
But if you're gonna get to fuck Michael Phelps, though, I think it's, you know, the deception is worth it, you know, just for the story.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Like, it's a personal thing. I guess just in general, like, you know, tell a person up front, like, hey.
Cody making his bold political stance here.
You know,
Cody Carmen 2020.
Because I'm just saying.
Yeah, after that, after that LASIK surgery, probably.
I'm just saying, you know, like, some people don't want to, you know, deal with a train wreck genital situation.
Jesus Christ.
So this guy, I mean, what if
Please stir this conversation somewhere else.
What if like other guys join in on like the whole like train hopping on the windshield, and it becomes just basically like a train to Busan kind of thing?
That would be a train.
They're just like,
or just like a train to work in India, where it's just like 100 people riding on top of the fucker.
oh, sick.
I like how you were able to keep this conversation still on trains. I appreciate it because of our topic. Thank you for that. I don't know if that was intentional.
It was. I was bringing it around, you know.
Jesus Christ. Good stuff happened in England. Good stuff. They're not having problems at all right now. Everything's good.
When are they going to Brexit on out of that bitch, or is that still happening? Are they going to Brexit?
I think Brexit's done, right? I think Brexit's done. I think they're also bringing back Oasis and Blur to revitalize their economy. They're like, we're bringing the Britpop rivalry back.
You know, some people out there swear that Oasis was going to be the next Beatles.
Blur is better, honestly. Like, Blur is objectively better.
How about Gorillaz is better? Because it's just,
but
just the dude from Blur.
Gorillaz is definitely better.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You just listen to the voice, the same thing.
Listen to Tootie and then listen to the lead singer of Blur. It's
And
the same guy.
Artist wrote Tank Girl, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, he drew Tank Girl comic, I think. Good shit, dude. Gotta get a Gorillaz reference in there.
Speaking of Gorillaz, Kids with Guns off their album Feel Good Inc. And also in a Utah suburb, Pleasant Grove, Utah, 2 elementary school kids found a handgun in a snowbank at the bus stop.
In a snowbank. That's such a good place to stash a gun.
Right? You know, just cover.
I can't find it, but when the fucking
just
when it
cover
melts.
Yeah, some kids,
So
hanging by the
stupid.
bus, kicking some snow around, found a handgun.
Yeah.
But, these 2 goody 2-shoe pussies just picked it up and reported, or they didn't pick it up. They used good safety measures. They told an adult. They're like, hey, there's a gun in the snow. And, everyone's like, oh, these are great kids, but, goddamn it, kids, the universe is handing you guns and you gotta take it. Have you ever played a goddamn video game before? You see a gun on the ground, you pick it up immediately.
Exactly, yeah.
You pick it up immediately and then you try to find you try to use that gun to find a bigger gun.
Yeah.
Usually by attracting the police to your location.
It was like when those two kids were like wanted to reenact Grand Theft Auto 15 years ago or so, and they took their parents' gun and like shot at cars. It's just good old fun childhood fun.
It's just having just palling around, just
palling around.
Just joshing around.
being
Guys.
kids.
Just joshing with you.
Kids being kids,
I thought it was kids being gays. I was like,
But yeah, they say the police say they believe the gun was used in a situation that happened 2 nights before at a nearby house where someone ran from the scene, and so they feel the gun might have.
I like how they don't elaborate on that at all. Was it shot? Was it discharged at all?
Suspicion of aggravated assault and other crimes, but I don't know if the gun had been shot or not.
Gotta keep it aggravated.
But it had been used as a crime. But this is America for you. Trying to keep guns out of kids' hands, and they're literally falling out of the sky. They're just landing in the snow.
Yeah, take that, Europe, you fucking pussies.
Right? Where are your guns at? Not in the snow.
If we had snow down here, God knows that's where I would stock all of my guns.
Right? Just keep them on ice.
Yeah. It's good. It's good for gunpowder to be wet. I've always heard that.
It's good for the metal, too. Really.
It's cold constricts, right? So if you're shooting a ice frozen gun, It just explodes.
But also, I think too, like we shoot a lot of guns around here, and like these bullets, they fall on the ground. They get buried in the soil over time. Maybe this gun wasn't dropped. Maybe this gun was grown.
Yeah.
We got gun plants in America. We're growing guns.
Gun plants, literally.
Yeah, we're growing guns right out of the soil.
Just like
pick them and take them to school.
Well,
and that's my story for the night.
That's great.
We got gun plants over here. I don't know what that fucking accent was. I don't know. Texans, dude.
Sounds like a coke addict or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
I'll pull out my gun.
What was that from?
That's from R. Kelly, right?
Yeah, that was
I'll
the
pull
R.
out my
Kelly
gun.
episode.
More like he's gonna pull out his penis.
And pee-pee on you.
Well, speaking of
There's some sexual deviancy going on.
speaking of R.
He's
Kelly,
he's like, I wanna poop on your tube. I wanna piss in your food.
speaking of R. Kelly, definitely needing to be convicted. Let's get to our segment today, which is prison productivity.
Ooh.
So we need, our prisoners, they're getting worn down.
Wait, it's Braden's. What's the segment called? Braden's Happy Hour or something?
Braden's game hour.
Do we have a name for it?
No.
Braden's game hour.
Braden's-
Usually last about 10 minutes.
Braden's
Last longer than I ever do.
Braden's Gay Hour.
That's like 23 hours.
So, there you go. Go ahead.
But so yeah, prison productivity. So it's Ebony is a prison warden. She's and she's been tasked by Mike Pence, who owns a lot of I think he has a lot of money in prisons. He's investing a lot. We need to get those prison productivity.
I'm a prison maker. I lock people away.
That sounds metal as hell.
I make really terrible places to put bad people at.
Yeah, but the prisoners are getting lazy. They're like, oh my god, shit like, oh, the system's set up against me. I just keep ending up back here because I can't find a job because I'm a felon afterwards and I have to go back to, doing illegal shit. Just stuff, bullshit like that.
Yeah, because the system's broken.
The system's broken. Oh my god. And they get really depressed. And obviously, we're not giving them medication. We're not paying for that. So to get rid of that depression. So we got to come up with a good idea of how to get these prisoners more productive, so that they can, make the really shitty, whatever they're producing.
Coat hangers, license
plates,
clean sides of the road.
We all remember that Fairly Odd Parents episode when they're in prison making the license plates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume that's what goes down there.
Yeah. There's a lot that goes on.
They do laundry. They make shit for the government. I don't know. Whatever the fight. It's for-profit prisons in America.
Yeah.
That's some shady shit. But what's going down?
So we gotta figure out. I guess I'll go first.
So we're trying to make the prisoners more productive.
Yeah.
Are we trying to make them happier or just more productive?
More productive.
All right. So happiness doesn't really matter.
But it could be a factor, right?
I mean, if you make them happier, maybe they'll be more productive.
Generally not.
I think we should install. There should be these devices installed because you have it's very left and right. You have your people in prison who do just switch fully over just to taking it up the butt, and it's just whatever, it's fine. And you got the other ones who are like, I'm not really into that. So you install a device on their backside that's controlled by the security guards.
Yeah.
That can either if they push it, it gets closer to your ass, or they push it and it gets farther away from you. So it either starts knee deep in your ass, or it's far away from your ass.
Knee deep.
So
Jesus Christ.
Sorry. So basically, you got the ones who are into that, and so the less they obey, the farther they pull it out, and it's just oh no. And then the other ones, it's the opposite effect. The less they obey, the closer it gets to their butt.
So Reed,
and it's just a weird thing.
let me get this straight. You're proposing pneumatic butt plugs for prisoners that control happiness based upon whether or not they enjoy taking it or leaving it.
Right, but it would be catered to if you don't enjoy it.
Well,
it would get closer based on your disobedience.
How do you determine that? How do you determine if they like it or not?
I mean,
So-
that
That's going to be a hard thing to
So you just
That's
turned...
surveys.
You
Surveys.
just-
Surveys? Well, that's
Surveys.
why. They'll just be like, oh yeah, I hate it, man. I hate it.
Because they won't. They'll give them the survey as soon as they get there, and they won't know what it involves. It'll just be an honest answer.
Yeah, I guess that's
So
fair.
you've turned your prison factory into a prison sodomy factory.
It's like that car, again, to bring up South Park, it's like that car
The
when they were bringing the cars
Yeah.
back and you have to like jerk off the thing to drive. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally right. That's literally where I got it from.
Oh, there you go.
See, I think they're fucking up personally. I think a simple solution to this is, all right. So we take time off of prisoners. Time if they behave well, if they work, they get reduced sentences because of that. I think if they don't work hard enough, we give them increased sentences. Yes, that's right. You don't want to do road
Honestly,
detail today?
That pretty much
That's
already
another
happens.
year. They'll get them out of bed,
That would actually work.
especially if you only got fucking 3 5 years in prison, which is really where you get the most productive prisoner in that 3 to 5 years. As they see freedom, they want to earn it.
Yeah.
They don't want to be there longer than they have to.
Yeah.
They want to know what the fuck technology is doing. You don't want to be that person that went in 1985 and came out in 2005. What the fuck?
Institutionalized, they say.
What the fuck is a cell phone?
I'm gonna
Rest in peace, Brooks.
and yeah, it's always interesting to see those guys. It's like, here's $200,000 for being in prison for 60 years for a crime you didn't commit. Just oh, good. I'm sure they know how to spend that well with all of that time that they had.
It'd be cheaper if they just reformed the system and
Cheaper for who?
solved recidivism versus enforcing it heavier.
But there's a reason that the system's how it is, though.
Well, Brain, what's your idea?
Okay, so my idea is we gotta completely redo the system from the bottom up. And what we're gonna do is every crime is pretty much worth the same, and you're stuck in the middle of this. It's kind of how do I explain this? The amount of work you do, you can pretty much work yourself to the top and then work out of your sentence. If you're a murderer and you just bust your fucking ass, but if people are climbing above you as far as productivity, you get pushed down. So you could get pushed down all the way to death row.
Oh.
So if you're handicapped or something,
you're not gonna do
better be
well.
fucking smart.
Yeah, it's pretty much designed just to get rid of handicapped and old people.
So just some dude gets a I don't know, a year's sentence for burglary, and then the system puts him down to death row.
Yeah. You're a petty weed charge.
Oh man.
I mean, that pretty much already happens, to be fair.
Jesus.
But also at the we gotta
That would just be chaotic.
well, we gotta think about this.
I'm really climbing the penal ladder here.
We gotta think about this because we can't. That's not gonna go over well with the consensus. Just letting murderers out if they bust their ass. So I would say the best way to counter that is to be yeah, you'll get out. But then just put them in oh yeah, they got out, and just put them in solitary for the rest of their sentence.
Oh,
It's
a ruse.
It's like that shitty movie, The Island, about the clones or whatever. It's they're getting out and they just murder them.
Yeah, exactly.
Give their organs to other people.
Oh my god, that's a good side venture. Oh, that's fucking brilliant. Because
I'm pretty sure prisoner organ harvesting has to be a thing. If they die of a heart attack,
quote unquote natural causes. What are all these bruises? Natural causes. Classic.
I like that idea though. You just get in there and I feel like it kind of has an up and coming, almost a Slumdog Millionaire feel to it.
Absolutely, I love
it's
that movie.
From I'm gonna climb the conviction ladder to the corporate ladder. It's gonna be on when I get out of here. Open up a SoundCloud.
Open up a SoundCloud. That's the guy who got convicted in 1930.
Yeah.
And he's I'm gonna open up a SoundCloud.
Well,
it's some big venture.
God knows by the time this motherfucker's getting out, SoundCloud's not gonna be around because it's never doing well. It's always on its last leg, so that's fun.
Oh my god.
much.
Thanks for hosting us, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Expensive fuckers.
that's. I mean, that's.
we're good. Yeah, we're good.
What are we at?
An hour.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, should we just wrap it at that point?
Yeah, wrap your ass.
Wrap it and tap it.
But yeah, I guess that's all we got for you guys today. So thank you for listening.
Thanks.
And remember, kids, wrap your pecker before you decker.